students. Our today's topic is variation of cells from lesson 8 structure and function of cell. You can see around you there are many more organisms with different shapes, different sizes and in different colors. You can also see this difference among your friends. They are of different height, color, shape, size, etc. Means none of them are similar. Cells are complex in nature and show variations in terms of their number, shape, and size. Let us discuss these variations in detail. So, here is the chart what we'll read in variations of cell. First, variation in number, in which we'll learn about unicellular and multicellular organisms. Then second, variation in shape. Third, variations in size. Okay, tell me one thing, can you count your hairs? No, because they are countless, means they may be in millions or billions. So the cells are even smaller than that. Different organisms have different number of cells, and the number of cells in an organism can vary from single to billion or trillions. So of course, the number of cells in little organisms like ant are less than the number of cells present in big organisms like elephant. Yes, you can say kids have less cell than an adult. Based on the number of cells present in organisms, they are classified as unicellular and multicellular. Okay. But it doesn't mean that organisms having less number of cell or single celled affects the functioning of the organism. It's surprising to know that your life begins with a single cell inside your mother's womb, isn't it? You can see a flowchart here. In organisms, it is categorized into unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. Unicellular organism means an organism that only have a single cell. For example, amoeba, bacteria, paramecium. And in multicellular organisms consisting of many cells like plants and animals. See, these are the examples of unicellular organism: paramecium, amoeba, bacteria, yeast. To see these organisms, we need microscope because we can't see them with our naked eye. Unicellular organisms made up of single cell, they perform all activities necessary for sustaining life, such as movement. They can move, intake of food, they take their food, respiration and reproduction. Okay, same like us. Now let's see multicellular organisms. Multicellular organisms are made up of more than one cells. Plants, animals and humans are multicellular organisms. These organisms start life as a single fertilized egg. As I told you that even your life begins with a single cell inside your mother's womb, okay, which reproduces and multiplies as the organisms develop. Now multicellular organisms have various levels of organizations within them, namely cells, tissues, organs and organ systems ranging from simplest to most complex. See. Okay. So, a cell first. cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. Always remember, it may comes to your exam, what is the unit of life? So cell is the unit of life. Example, blood cells, nerve cells, etc. Second, tissue. Tissue is a group of specialized cells, means the cells together they forms a tissue having similar structure and functions. Example, muscular tissue, epithelial tissue, etc. Then an organ. Organ is made up of a group of different tissues which work together to perform a particular function. Example, heart, lungs, etc. As I told you in my previous video. Then an organ system. An organ system is made up of a group of different organs performing a specific task. Example, digestive system, respiratory system, reproductive system, etc. Then at last, a complex form. An organism is made up of one or more organ systems which work together to perform all the functions necessary for sustaining life. You can see here for humans, see cells, tissues, organ, then an adult. Okay, then in plants, cell, tissues, organs, then a tree. Okay. Now come towards the next point, variations in shape. Cells have different shapes: oval, polygonal, like this. Okay, then spherical and elongated, branched or even irregular. Irregular, you may have seen the amoeba with irregular shape. The shape of a cell depends on a specific function it performs. Some examples of variation in shapes of cells are amoeba. Okay, so amoeba is a unicellular organism and has no definite shape. It keeps on changing with the help of pseudopodia that are projections of its body. This pseudopodia help the amoeba to grab its food and move from one place to another. You can see in diagram, see, these are the projections. These are the projections of amoeba. Okay, means we can call it as false feet. Okay, pseudopodia, false feet. With the help of this false feet, amoeba can move from one place to another, and this pseudopodia helps amoeba to catch its food. Okay, it catches its food with the help of this pseudopodia. Now let's see nerve cells. Okay, so nerve cells are the fibrous and elongated in shape. They can be more than 1 meter long. They carry message from one part of the body to another, which help in control and coordination among them. So what is the function of nerve cells? Nerve cells carry message from one part of the body to another. Okay. Now come towards the muscle cells. Muscle cells are thin and long. They exhibit a spindle shape which helps them in movement through contraction and expansion of muscles. So what is the function of muscle cells? Muscle cells help them in movement, or helps us in movement through contraction and expansion. Okay. Skin cell. Skin cells are flat in shape and are spread over a large area. Now the next topic is variations in size. Irrespective of the size of the living organisms, cell may be big or small. Remember one thing, The size of the cell may be as short as micrometer or as long as 1 meter. And it may be possible that some cells, like in a rat's body, may be larger than those found in an elephant's body. Even most of the cells are so tiny that they can be seen only with the help of powerful microscope, not with the simple microscope, with the powerful microscope. So in our human body, red blood cells, you can say RBCs, the full form of RBCs are red blood cells, are the smallest cell in our body, and the nerve cells are the longest cell. As you can see the nerve cells in the diagram, so you can recognize, see, nerve cells. Okay, nerve cells is the longest cell in our body, and red blood cells are the smallest cell. And already in the previous video, in the introduction part of the cell, I told you that eggs of birds like ostrich and hen are single cells. Even in a human body, there are more than 200 cells varying in shape and size, performing the various functions. The hen's egg, some of you are non-vegetarian, so maybe eating eggs, so you can see the yolk. Yellow part of the egg is called yolk and white part of the egg is called albumin. So the hen's egg is also a single cell.